In a country where political slogans often drown out meaningful solutions, one small town has dared to chart its own path. Welcome to the story of the Aura, the currency of Orania, a currency born not from the power of a state, but from the will of a community. As debates rage over race, rights and relevance, the Aura quietly powers one of South Africa's most controversial and misunderstood experiments in self-determination. This isn't just about money, it's about identity, autonomy, and the radical idea that a people can build their own future. If you're ready for a deep dive into one of the most fascinating economic stories inside South Africa, stay tuned. The Aura is the beating heart of Orania's microeconomy. This local currency, introduced in April 2004, serves as more than just a medium of exchange. It is an expression of cultural resilience and economic sovereignty for the Afrikaner nationalist town of Orania. Pegged 1-to-1 to the South African rand, the Aura operates within a carefully curated bubble, accepted solely within the town's borders and issued under the management of the Orania Chamber of Commerce. Yet despite having no legal status under South African Reserve Bank law, the Aura has not only endured, but evolved, quietly transforming into a foundational pillar of Orania's economic success story. The inception of the Aura came amid a broader drive for autonomy. Professor Johan van Zyl envisioned a local currency as a cornerstone for Orania's goal of becoming a self-sustaining Volksstaat, a nation for the Afrikaner people. To comply with South African legal frameworks, the South African Reserve Bank mandated that the currency's design bear no resemblance to official banknotes. Instead, the Aura celebrates Afrikaner culture explicitly. Each note, available in denominations of 10, 20, 50, 100, and 200, features heritage-specific themes, history, art, culture, and the physical town itself. The backs of these notes include advertisements for local businesses, further rooting the currency in Orania's local ecosystem. To prevent counterfeiting and deterioration, each note has a lifespan of 3 years, requiring scheduled reprinting cycles. Far more than a symbol, the Aura actively shapes the way Oranians live and spend. The town's cooperative bank, the OSK, allows residents and businesses to convert South African rands to Aura on a 1-to-1 basis. While this may seem like a symbolic gesture, it's an economically strategic one. The OSK invests the deposited rand into interest-bearing accounts, thereby generating revenue that remains within the town. This closed-loop financial model reinforces local spending and discourages capital flight. In practical terms, the Aura keeps money circulating within the community, a phenomenon known in economics as the local multiplier effect. Incentivizing this localism, many businesses in Orania offer discounts, typically ranging from 5% to 10%, for transactions conducted in Aura rather than rand. This not only boosts the Aura's utility, but also makes theft or misuse less attractive, as the currency holds no value outside the community. It is a form of economic insulation. What you earn in Orania largely stays in Orania, preserving the community's self-reliance and independence from the broader South African economy. Technology has not left Orania behind. In May 2021, the town introduced a digital version of the currency called the Dora. Developed by the Orania Technology Group, the Dora facilitates QR code-based transactions and has no expiration date. It coexists with the physical Aura, offering residents and businesses a more modern and convenient transaction experience while still maintaining the principles of financial sovereignty. Before the Dora, there was the e-Aura proposal in 2017, conceived by economist Davy Root. Although never implemented in full, the e-Aura explored alternative backing mechanisms, including commodity baskets and even the idea of a decentralized system like Bitcoin. While ambitious, the e-Aura laid crucial conceptual groundwork for the Dora's eventual rollout. Despite its limited scope and lack of legal recognition, the Ore functions smoothly within Orania. It is widely accepted, from grocery stores to guest houses. Most businesses welcome it, though the South African rand remains essential for larger or external transactions. Visitors to the town are often surprised to see how efficiently the Ore operates, in stark contrast to the often chaotic national economy. The true significance of the Ore lies beyond economics. It represents a conscious cultural and political choice. Orania was founded in 1991 with the mission of establishing a self-sufficient Afrikaner-only community, and the Ore is part of that infrastructure. The town rejects the racial dynamics of apartheid, yet embraces a cultural exclusivity based on language, religion, and shared heritage. With its 2,874 residents, 900 kilowatt solar energy infrastructure, and a 2% unemployment rate, Orania showcases how a parallel economic and governance system can be built if one is willing to take responsibility for it. The Ore has not escaped criticism. Detractors claim it is a tool of economic isolation, another layer of Orania's perceived ethno-nationalist ideology. Critics argue that by operating its own economy, school system, energy grid, and law enforcement, or lack thereof, the town distances itself from the rest of South Africa, undermining national unity. Yet its supporters argue that the Ore is a symbol of what can be accomplished when a community is determined to take control of its destiny. Whether one views Orania as a relic of apartheid or a bold social experiment, the Ore undeniably plays a pivotal role in actualizing the town's vision. In recent years, the Ore has become part of broader political discourse, especially as parties like the EFF call for Orania's dismantlement. Creatures such as Julius Malema argue that Orania represents everything that post-apartheid South Africa was meant to overcome, yet the Constitution itself, specifically Section 235, permits cultural and linguistic communities the right to self-determination. The existence of the Ore then becomes a constitutional litmus test. Is South Africa truly a multicultural democracy if some forms of cultural expression are more acceptable than others? The story of the Ore is more than a tale about a town and its money. It's a reflection of what's possible when a community stops waiting and starts building. Love it or hate it, Orania's Ore is not just paper or QR codes. It's a declaration that says, we will shape our own destiny. If this message gave you something to think about, help us keep the conversation going. Join the channel membership, support the channel by donating via Super Thanks, and please allow the advertisement on this video to play fully, or for at least 30 seconds. It helps us generate the revenue we need to keep creating content that challenges, informs, and inspires. Until next time, remember, you can burn down what others built, or you can build your own. The choice is yours.